Chumripsur, Namaste, hello. It was here at Phnom Kulen in Cambodia that the mighty Khmer Empire was born when Jayavarman II anointed himself king, breaking away from the Hindu Java Empire. In this series, we will see how the Indic influence was absorbed and adopted into the local culture and is still a pivot point around which the Cambodian culture and life revolve.
Hello and welcome again to Forgotten Temples with myself, Mr. B, as we go off on one of our brief adventures in the footsteps of those ancient Hindu gods. Today I'm at Pram Temple. Now Pram means five, and these five temples, when they come together, deliver a knockout punch. This is, without doubt, one of the most beautiful sights that I know of. And one of these temples is the prettiest temple that I know of. And you may think, I bet you it's that one there. The one that is so beautifully entwined with nature as the tree roots are snaking the way around its exterior. It is impressive, but I've got something even more beautiful. Here they are. They are truly majestic. And what is even more amazing to myself is they're in an abandoned city. There's quite a few temples here, and this is just one group of them. But even more incredible, in this abandoned city, I am the only person here, because Kokare hasn't really hit the map, unlike its more famous cousin Angkor Wat. Now this temple is stunning, isn't it? I mean, take a moment to have a look at it. And this temple of these five is very special because it's a fire temple. Now how we can tell that is by the diamond-shaped bricks at its top. Now this temple group is dedicated to Shiva, and this temple, as I say, is particularly special because it is the fire temple. It's what holds the sacred flame. Those holes atop are to let out smoke and for ventilation. Air is pulled in through this doorway and the hot air rises. But what is very interesting is there are fire temples in India, and when we compare the two, we note a stark difference. In India, it's very common that the hearth itself, where the fire would be placed, and keep in mind this is a sacred fire, the hearth itself would be rather ornate. It would be detailed. But here in Cambodia, it's different. We don't see that at all. And I'm going to show you inside just very quickly. And what you'll note is there's almost no space for anything else apart from that fire. If you consider any of the major religions, there is always a story of fire because it's man's great protector when you think about it. So it's no surprise that this place had such a significance because it was here that the sacred flame burned. It's only a small room, but what we can suggest is there was a pedestal or something of that sort to keep it off the ground. But what we do know is the archaeological record doesn't show any of those ornate hearths that we see in India. And here I stand where the sacred flame once burned. And it's always worth taking a moment just to think, what stories are lost in the dusts of time? This must have been an incredible place. But we can't linger for long, for we have another two temples of these five we wish to visit. Now there's two directly opposite here, but these two we're going to skip because on our right is something remarkable. for over here is a different temple altogether. It's built of stone, not of brick. So this would have had an equal importance. It would have been a special temple. It's different in design. As to why, I could not tell you. I am an enthusiast. I film these temples because they kind of call to me. Nobody else does it. And that is a shame. In here, there is a story I wish to tell you. And it's a sad one. And it is one that is echoed time and time again here in Cambodia. Now, if you can read the signs, the story is right in front of you. Now, for me to show you a bit better, I need to get over here along this muddy ridge. There's this hole here and I have a thin ridge. It's monsoon season, so everything is very slippery. So please excuse the camera work. But it's important to tell this tale, because what we once had here was a statue of a god. This was his home. The looters came and boom, they flipped this enormous stone out the way. They did the exact same here, boom, and moved this out the way to hunt down below. Did they find something? We don't know. But what we do know is our god is missing. The statue has gone. And the story of looting here is quite extensive. The problem with this location is its remoteness. It was once the capital for a mighty king, Jayavarman IV. And tens of thousands of people lived here. If I look in any direction, all I can see is jungle, and that was its weak point when it was abandoned. In modern time, looters could come here and work, knowing full well they would never be spotted. And this was amplified when the Khmer Rouge took over Cambodia, because they banned religion. So what do you do with all these beautiful statues? Well, you discover that people will trade them for guns. And quite simply, those ancient gods were carried out of doorways like this and disappeared into the night. Now that's way too sad to end on. I am now just going to gently rotate round because it's behind us that my special treat lays. This is the most beautiful temple I have ever seen, and I have visited hundreds of them. Isn't it incredible? I have visited literally hundreds of temples, the ones I call the forgotten temples, those that don't get any visitors. And this particular temple is one of my absolute favourites because it's so unbelievably beautiful. I mean, looking at these roots, one could be mistaken that this is a cascading waterfall, one that has been stopped in motion. It's frozen in time. And it's such a beautiful thing to see these ancient temples being complemented when nature interweaves its beauty with its majesty. Now, as always, I ask you to like, subscribe and comment. And please do comment, because these videos are being sponsored, and that is by the Embassy of India. And they would like to know if you enjoy them. We can only do these short videos at the moment, but if you would like more adventures to visit those Hindu temples in far off lands that you may not know about, then please let me know, Mr. B, and you do that by commenting in the section below. So send me your comments and I would absolutely love to hear from you. Until next time, I wish you, as always, absolutely nothing but the very best. You take good care.